Hi students, it's me, Miss Pastorius. This week I would like to talk to you really briefly about an artist called Sophie Taeuber. She's a Swiss artist and she was active during the Dada movement, which happened in the 1910s to the 1920s. She made most of her work in the 1920s and she had some fame in her life, but she's come to be recognized as a really great artist from that time period. A lot of Dada art is sort of rejecting the art norms that they used to have and making things abstract or even a little bit silly. So, what are we going to do today? We are going to be working from an example of one of Sophie Taeuber's rugs, I think. She made, paintings and prints and things like that, but she also made costumes and other sort of fabric textile art, which I think is pretty cool. So we're working from that. I used watercolors, crayons, and a ruler to make this, and a pencil too. But yes, and a pencil. I have two expectations for you. First, I would like you to use both curved and straight lines in this drawing. And my second expectation is that I would like you to use the whole page. Now, when you're coloring the whole page, it can be really difficult if you have a super big piece of paper. Now, this piece of paper is like a piece of drawing paper cut in half. I think it's 9 inches by 6 inches. So with that, let's get started.
Alright, hey guys, I'm getting out my ruler and a pencil so I can start drawing some different shapes on my paper. And let's get started. I'm just kind of drawing these lines at random. I just want to make some different rectangles and squares on my paper. And some of them can be big and some of them can be small. So you can see me doing that right now. If you want to do the same shapes that I do, that is totally fine. But it's also, you're free to do slightly different rectangular shapes if you would like. Now I'm adding in some nice wavy lines. This is a feature of the rug and some of the paintings that Sophie Taeuber made. So I'm going to add those in. Now I just have some basic curved lines on all edges of this rectangle. I'm going to add some circles in there as well. Sometimes Sophie Taeuber makes those look like eyes, and sometimes they're just circles. So my middle one looks more like an eye, I would say. Okay, right here I stopped this line from being symmetrical, the same on both sides. I have 3 lines on one side and 2 on the other, and I don't think it looked very good, so I wouldn't recommend that. But other than that, I'm going to get started with tracing all of my different shapes with a crayon, so that when I watercolor it in, the crayon will be a sort of barrier between the different parts that I want to paint different colors. So as you can see, I'm doing this with all of my different lines here. And the color doesn't really matter all that much. It is up to you. The only thing I would say is that if you use a very light color, it might not turn out as nice because the light colors don't really cover up the pencil, and you can see that with that yellow line I drew there. Make that mistake using a light color again with this crayon color. As you can see here, I am using the non-sharp, the flat edge of my crayon to color in my paper. I do this a lot, and a lot of times I'll take off some of the paper so I have a larger drawing surface. And this is so that when I'm doing large spaces of color, I don't have to use the tip and sort of wear the tip down. Instead, I can just use that flat edge. Okay, so at this point I have done a lot of crayon parts to this, and I think pretty soon I am going to get started and get out my watercolor. And so I'm doing that now, and I'm going to fill in the rest of those portions with some different watercolor colors. The colors really don't matter here. They can be whatever colors you like, your favorite colors. Whatever you want to do works for me. Okay, I'm getting pretty close to the end here. I know this video is a bit of a short one and a simple project, but I hope you all still enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to seeing these. I really like this artist, so I'm excited to see you all kind of make work inspired by her. See you guys soon. Bye bye.